Welcome to another episode of the 40 Law of Cricket podcast with Jim and Akim. Today we'll be discussing a classical 1-2 knockout from Australia. David Warner with a jab to push the opponent on the back foot. Glenn Maxwell with the cross to stun the opponent. Then Adam Zampa with a high roundhouse kick to finish things off. Australia defeated the Netherlands by 309 runs. Quite a record-breaking feat. What's your take on today's encounter?
It was just a completely dominating performance from ball one right up until the end. The Netherlands struck early. They removed Mitchell Marsh fairly early into the Australian innings, but outside of that, it was just complete domination from Australia. They have well and truly arrived at the tournament, and I think everybody else that is competing with them for a semi-final spot has to sit up and take notice now. They are here and they're firing.
The Australian top order all got at least a half century. Warner got 104, Smith got 72, Labuschagne 62, and then Glenn Maxwell 140 balls, World Cup record, the fastest century. That was followed by another record that I don't know if he can claim it, but Basta Lead went for 115 off his 10, and his last two overs went for 48, courtesy of Glenn Maxwell. So I don't know if he can claim that as well, but for Basta Lead, it's not the good side of history and record breaking to be on. Give us a breakdown of Australia's innings.
Australia started fairly well. They lost Mitchell Marsh. That was a bit concerning. He played a pull shot, then got out caught inside the circle. David Warner is a brilliant limited overs player. He's a very good white ball player. He has scored the most runs in the IPL on probably 2 or 3 occasions. He has a number of World Cup centuries. He has won the World Cup before. He has a very good record in the subcontinent, and today he really just showed his class. I think he has really stood up in this tournament for Australia. They didn't start off well. Their backs were against the wall, but he has done what all senior players and senior players of character should do. It's almost as if he has taken up the mantle and said that, hey, I'm David Warner, I'm a veteran here. This is probably my swan song. This is probably the latter part of my career, and I don't want to go out like this. And I'm going to fight for Australia. And that is what he has done. He played a brilliant knock today. He looked at his absolute best. When you look at him inside the power play, Arian Dutt has been very good inside the power play, especially to left-handers in this tournament. And I remember an over in which Warner took him for 16, 4 consecutive fours. Very good on the late cut. He was very good through the offside, good sweeping, good striking the ball, playing the pickup pulls. And I think it was a very well-timed and well-constructed innings. He played at a very good pace, good tempo, and it really set a nice platform for the other batters to come. The other batters like Labuschagne, who he was in a decent partnership with, and then Glenn Maxwell, who came to bat in the 39th over. He came to bat in the 39th over and scored a century. Now, I'm a lower order batter, James is a lower order batter as well. If we're playing a game and we get an opportunity to bat with 11 overs to go in a 50 over game, we're probably thinking at best we get 30 or 40 not out. But for somebody to come and score 100 in the manner in which he did, playing those shots, he was reverse sweeping the pace bowlers for 6. That is absolutely ridiculous.
He was reverse hooking the pace bowlers for 6.
He was reversing the full balls. He was reversing the sharp balls. It was just amazing to see. Maxwell is somebody who I have said will be a key player for Australia at this World Cup. He was somebody that I tipped at the start of the tournament to be possibly the player of the tournament if Australia are to do well. And this is the sort of performance that they need from him. He's not going to score a century in this manner every day. but sometimes Maxi can be hit and miss, and it can be frustrating to watch and see when you know what he's capable of. People say it's only the Netherlands, but the Netherlands have beaten South Africa in this tournament, who have a very strong batting lineup.
And they would have thought they could have clipped Sri Lanka as well. Pretty close.
Exactly. So it was a very good batting display. Australia will love the fact that Labuschagne got a score at a rate that was faster than a runner ball. I know you will have something to say about that. And then one of my favorite players, Steve Smith, in the runs finally. He started the game today averaging 18 in the World Cup, and he got a half century. So that's a bit of a return to form.
Start with Warner. His tactics to Iron Dot was commendable. He would have known that they would have attacked him with half spin. Netherlands doubled down on that and started with 2 half spinners, because Ackerman started from the opposite end. What Maxwell seemed to have done was decided anything on or outside half stump is going to get carved away through the half side, and he peppered the point boundary in that second over, and it was so enforcing that Scott Edwards was forced to pull Ackerman as well from the other end and bring the Pacers back on. As I said, it's good to see Labuschagne scoring at quicker than 60 for the first time in this tournament. It might have been the platform that was set before by Warner and Smith, and that was pretty good of him. He might be missing out in the next game either way, so this might just be a, you're relaxed now, there's nothing to play for. So you just go out and express yourself. Glenn Maxwell with the reverse sweeps. His first 3 sixes were over third man, and then 1 over square, deep backward square, and then he carried the next 4 over mid wicket and long on. And it was quite a breathtaking innings to watch. He was 31 of 24 balls. He was dropped on 24. It was a very difficult chance at mid-off. Yeah. And then he took 19 balls to score 66 runs to get to 100. It was just remarkable. The words can't do justice to the innings that was played. You'd have to watch it. And I don't recommend you watch the highlights. Watch the innings, because the entire innings is a highlight in itself. That being said, the Netherlands bowling wasn't as bad as the score suggested. They were in the game right through. Australia has been stumbling between 30 and 40 overs. They stumbled today. They lost 3 wickets for 23 at one point when Maxwell came in. And then Maxwell propelled the score to 399. In fact, at about the 29-30 over mark, you thought they would have gotten 400 easily. Yeah. So them falling short still shows concern with them collapsing in quick fashion. Your take on the Netherlands bowling otherwise?
As you said, it wasn't the worst bowling display. When you look at the manner in which Australia batted and some of the shots that were played, it was as if they turned up on a day that Australia were just on. Australia were on today, and it was very hard for them to really counteract what the Aussies were doing. I think Australia decided that they would play very positively in this game, because they probably felt that it was a game that they would look at boosting their net run rate. That was probably something that they thought of. The Netherlands bowling effort, as I said, when you are a fast bowler and a batsman is reverse sweeping you over third man, short third man, or third man on the boundary for 6, there isn't really much that you can do. You attempt a Yorker, it barely misses. He plays it and gets it over there. You bowl a length ball, he gets it over there. You bowl a short ball, he gets it over there. What else is there for you to bowl, really? It was very difficult. What it probably exposed more than anything is the ability of some of the Netherlands bowlers to probably bowl under pressure when they are under the gun. they, I think it's probably the first time in this tournament that they have probably come under an assault like this, and probably a bit of inexperience in terms of plans and how to execute, and probably a plan B or a plan C that was probably evident today. But it's very difficult to be hard on them in this situation. I think it was just brilliant execution from Australia right through.
Um, you mentioned lack of execution with Netherlands. You have to remember that Basta leader is really a batting all rounder.
Yeah.
Ackerman isn't really a bowler either. So it would be they're operating with two um, 6 or 7 bowlers in their top 5 in their five bowler lineup.
Yeah.
As a result, they have to give Basta leader an early roll with the newer ball, and then try to have Paul Van Meekeren in the middle overs. Paul Van Meekeren actually didn't really bowl in the deck today either, because they have to be trying to strike within the middle of the innings and then save what's left for the leader and Logan Van Beek. So it's as a Basta leader landed 2 Yorkers to Maxwell that went back past him like a gunshot for 4. Now you bowl your 2 best deliveries as a fast bowler, and you see them go back past it for 4. It's highly unlikely you're going to land the next one. And the next ball went for 6, and ball after that went for 6. So it was just a tough day for them. I thought they did the most that they could with the talent they have. They were also exceptional in the field, besides that one half chance that was grass, and the one with Van der Merwe off Warner at mid wicket, where he dove and then put the ball on the ground. It is a bit, it's a bit touch and go with that one, because I've seen batsmen get out like that before. So, what's your take on the Australian bowling effort?
I think the bowling effort was very good. They carried on from the momentum that they had in the batting effort. They struck early with the new ball, and they took a steady procession of wickets throughout the innings. Adam Zampa is on a roll now. This is his third 4-wicket haul in the tournament. He is somebody that I singled out at the start of the tournament for his lack of form coming in. And I said that if Australia were to seriously contend in this World Cup and probably push for a semi-final place, he would be a very key player. Subcontinent conditions, wrist spinner, he is somebody that should be looking to dominate in white ball cricket and turn the tide of the game towards Australia in the middle overs, and he has done that in the last 3 games or so. He has 13 wickets in the tournament now, I think. He's a leading wicket taker now with 3 4-wicket hauls. And you have to give credit where credit is due. He's bowling very well. He got an opportunity to bowl to the tail today, because the faster bowlers did most of the work up top. And I'm sure he really relished that opportunity. He could pull out his full bag of tricks. He could bowl his googlies, all of that. And he could enjoy himself in his bowling spell today, not being under much pressure, but it was still very good execution from him, and the Aussie unit will take a lot of confidence from this performance.
Yeah, they did pretty well with their bowling effort today. They finally got some power play wickets. It was their first wicket in the power play since the first game against India. So it's been pretty bad, and they have done pretty well to have won 2 games, not taking any power play wickets. You mentioned Zampa bowling well, 4 for 8. Over the past 3 games, I think we've seen the Zampa that was so dominant over the last 2 years of the World Cup cycle for Australia, that made him one of the best bowlers in the world. He's getting his leg spinners and his googly to spin from the same line and length. He's not bowling too fast, and it's his return to form is timely for Australia. As they surge towards the top of the table, they're firmly in fourth position now.
Yeah.
So they are on track to make it to the second round of this tournament. I think Mitchell Stark got the ball to swing today. He hasn't been getting it to swing at all throughout this tournament. We saw Josh Hazelwood swinging the ball as well. He actually bowled outswingers and in-swingers today and got one of the batsmen out, LBW. And Pat Cummins, as usual, with his wobble ball at first change was pretty good. Strong performance from Australia. It should be interesting at this going forward from this halfway point of the tournament. Do you have anything else to add?
No, that is all from me. Very good performance from Australia.
Alright, that's it from us, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.